Hi everyone, Dennis Foley from Acoustic Fields. Today we're going to talk about home theater setup. What is a home theater? It's a small room with lots of energy. Unfortunately, it's low frequency energy, so it's going to produce a lot of problems. Low frequency energy, you've heard the term bass boom. We call it mud and soup in the business. The reason we call it that is you have so many different frequencies. You have 30, let's just break them up into groups of 5, 35, 40. 45, 50. These are all low-end frequencies, and they're very important to home theater because you have a lot of car crashes and lots of explosions and lots of low-frequency energy in the room. So you got to be able to distinguish all of those sounds, especially with music, if the room is going to be used for music also. So you got to be able to hear those. But when you have too much pressure in the room, you can't hear those. They all kind of bunch together. I guess you could say to protect themselves. I don't know. But the bottom line here is you can't hear them. So in small rooms, you got to start with the proper size container first. Certain dimensions don't like each other. Certain room widths, certain room lengths, certain room heights don't work well together. They fight each other. They fight each other mathematically. If they fight each other mathematically, which physics is really about, then you're going to get distortion in the answer. And unfortunately, that distortion on paper translates to audible distortion, lack of resolution, and you don't have the enjoyment and the presentation value. So everything kind of works together if you got the wrong room. Width, height, length, dimensions must be low frequency friendly. And there's ways to calculate that. There must be enough sponges to soak up the extra energy. So no room that we ever see is really able to handle low frequency energy. And that was the impetus behind me creating our carbon technology. I bought all that nonsense in the marketplace and tested it. Boxes filled with building insulation, they can't get this kind of energy. They can't get that plus 12, plus 11. The other day I saw plus 14 to 16 peaks. Nonsense. Can't be done. Okay, they'll keep your room warm or cold, but they're not a sound absorption technology for lower frequencies. They will absorb middle and high frequencies, but at the wrong rate and level for music. So I don't see the appeal in any of that nonsense. Must use enough sponges. Subwoofer output in the room must match the volume of the room. You want to put an 18-inch driver in a closet. It's too much energy for the room. Just use a little bit of common sense. I don't like using that word either because today I don't even think common sense exists. But that said, be realistic maybe is a more important word, okay, to use. So you got to treat all 4 walls in small rooms because the dimensions are so small, they demand treatment because they're wrong from the start. So you have to treat them, okay? The larger the room, the less treatment on the low end, but the more on the middle and high. The smaller the room, the more treatment on the low end and the less on the middle and high. So it's an inverse relationship in terms of treatment. Think of your room as a glass of water. It's 16 ounces. When you put a home theater in, you're going to put 24 ounces of liquid. 8 ounces are going to spill. That's distortion. That's bass boom. That's mud and soup. You don't want that. Okay? And we can eliminate it or get rid of most of it, okay? Middle and high frequency treatment, easier, much easier. Wall hanging units. Diffusion, middle and high frequency absorption panels, 2 to 8 inches deep, average, can hang on the wall. That's the easy part. The hard part in these theaters is getting the low end managed because that's what theaters are all about. And people stuff way too much energy in too small of a box and get too much distortion. Some guys got 16-ounce rooms and they're putting 32 ounces of liquid. Talked to a guy the other day, 4 18s in a room that's 10 by 11 by 8. 4 18-inch subwoofers. Okay? Reality. Middle and high frequency treatment. Our CAW process, we've come up with a process where you frame your room out with 2x12s, you build the low frequency management into the walls. That way we can tune the room every 14.5 inches because that's the distance between the stud spaces. So we can go after all the low frequency pressure issues. Most low frequency pressure issues are about 36 inches wide. So you can see here, we can get a big bite out of it. And that's why we guarantee our performance of our rooms in the professional side. We'll get you a frequency response that you want. We'll make the room frequency response friendly. That's the goal. Here's a setup graphic of the multiple channel system we're currently testing and using now in our theater room. Large room, 35 long, 15 high, and 25 deep. So it's a good sized room. We have 4 13.5-inch subwoofers. We're going to do a whole series of videos on that upcoming shortly. But this graphic will give you an idea of a good setup in terms of distances and positioning and things like that. Home theater setup. Really hope this helps. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video, and if you liked it, please give us a thumbs up. We also have a newsletter that you can subscribe to, so please do that because we offer special price discounts to only those on our newsletter. And then don't forget about our forum. We have started a forum on our own website where people ask questions, and I usually get a chance every couple of days to look at it. There's an interchange between people on the forum, and we'll give you real answers on a regular basis, so that'll help you. Thank you.